Hope you guys like the title. Best thing I could come up with. Short notice, I guess. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Ow, I just hit my toe and it hurts. Oh my god. Oh boy. Alright, well, we got a job if I remember correctly. Yep. And we gotta inspect the truck before we go. Lights. Alright, perfect. Horns. Perfect. Turning signal. Okay. See, this is one thing I wish that they would have in the game itself, is you being able to walk around to look at stuff like that, because that is important to check on before you leave. Also, I wanted to. Oh, hold on, guys. Let me go to the map right fast. I wanted to show you guys something. I want to ask you guys that watch this stuff your opinion. Um, oh my lord, why are there so many? Okay. Well, I want to go to the DLC page here. So, a lot of y'all know that they have, like, ooh, they have trailer packs? Why do they have trailer pack? Hold on. Hold on. Why do they have trailer packs? I'm I'm at a loss for that one. I am not paying for a trailer. Free DLCs. Let's see what we got. Huh. So they got a lot of trucks. Let me see if I have these or not. Oh, they are in my library. I have them downloaded. Look at that. It tells me if they're in my library. Every single one of these are in my library, so I'm not worried about that. So let's go back. Oh, uh, rat, I'm assuming. Oh, where is the map? Oh, map extensions right here in my face. Okay. So we got Greece. That's actually not bad pricing for this stuff. $20 for that. Road to the Black Sea. Now that one's cool. Beyond the Baltic Sea. Italia. That'll be cool. Viva la France. Scandinavia. Going east. Nordic Horizons, which I think is the new one. And Iceland, which is to be announced. So probably if I do this, this will be something that I go by date. So let's see, 2017, 2013. Okay, so yeah, this one will be the first one I get going east. Which I'm assuming consists of Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary. Hmm, cool. So yeah, I mean we have that, but the one that I'm eyeballing, or the ones that I'm eyeballing, are the loads. Because right now, as it stands, I don't really haul anything crazy. So I'm not gonna do it right now, but eventually I'm gonna get all of these. I'm content with the trucks that I have. I'm content with the map. I still got to explore a lot. So, I'm not too worried about that. Window flags. Oh, no, that is cool. Hold on. What do they have in here? They better have some decent ones. Wait. Essentials bundle. Bundle info. What comes with this? Special cargo. Scandinavia going east. Modern lines, paint job, rotating cabinet accessories, and window flags. And that is not that bad, honestly. And considering I've already bought the thing, it's why they're giving it to me for that little price. I don't know. I'll have to do up the stuff, but I want to see what's in this. I better have like a wolf one. Oh, I love the American flag. That's cool. A unicorn piece, broken heart, a racing flag, and a British flag. I bet you Chris would go nuts for that. Pirate paint jobs. I have to get that. They got a dragon, Michelin, cabin accessories. Maybe I'll think about it. Halloween I've already tried, and that wasn't exactly anything I wanted. But yeah, that kind of gives you guys an idea on the stuff that I'd be dealing with. I could have turned out a little bit better on that, but we get the picture, I guess. All right, so what do we have as far as a route? We're not really staying on an interstate for long. Oh,
This time says watching your red pump in.
mhm.
Select the first letter or eliminate from the first name or back to the beginning of the first meeting. But mine is Silver River Pump.
Mhm.
Yours is Pine Mountain Pump.
I like that Pine Mountain.
This is Mystic Mountain Pump. And is a Park Valley.
Oh, that is so cool.
And Anthony's is Park Shadow Pet.
Heart Shadow. Okay, that one. That's the weirdest one out of all of them.
This one is what is your wolf name? First letter of your first name. Mine is Rhea. Your, yours is Mystic Player. Jason is 5.
What was it?
THELSS.
Yeah, totally.
Andy's is Sunset. And Anthony's is Sunset.
Mm.
And then this one is what's your dirty elf name?
Uh,
Mine is Snowball the Fall Snatching Winter Record.
what's mine?
And Sloshy,
Oh, this ain't good already.
Sloshy, the Corny Street.
Is that it?
Listen to Ginger, the running so fast. You gotta sing that on the beat, please. Companies in nipping the orgasmic. Candies is nipping the naughty Punisher.
Okay, well, at least this is probably the best one there. You gotta send all of them to me.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
The horny stripper, really?
I'll shoot the horny stripper.
That's it. I done got my stripper name. I'm gonna pick up one. Oh no, that was not no. Oh, this too good. Oh no, this bird's gonna have a blast with that. Anyway, we got a long way to drive, so let's get going. Oh wait, wrong button. Well, here we go. Getting on this interstate. I actually think I got off this exit. Now I gotta get back on this interstate. Luckily though, I got a while before I have to really do anything, so I'll just get her up to speed and let her go. No, not tonight. Just playing with my European trucks for some strange reason. I don't know why I keep wanting to play with y'all vehicles, but they're arguably fun. I'll put it this way, like, you know, um, I think I've had more fun with Euro Truck Simulator than I have with American Truck Simulator. And I think it's because I don't live in Europe, so like I'm not expecting for them to add my state, like I'm sure a lot of people that live in Europe are. Whereas in American Truck Simulator, they haven't added my state yet. And I really want to see if I can see my house in American Truck Simulator. Because I know that the interstate that I live on is gonna be in it. Because it's a main truck interstate. So there's just no way that you're not gonna see it. But you know, I'm having more fun here because a lot of these places I've never really been to. Like right now, I'm going out of Leipzig or Leipzig, Zwig, I don't know how they pronounce it, and I'm going all the way over here to. I'm gonna go with Ligerie, Ligerie. I don't know. And it's oddly entertaining playing this too. I mean, yeah, it's slower, but I understand why it's slower. Like, it's not one of those things where, you know, I don't know. Don't stream it if you go looking for your house. Well, it doesn't really matter because either way, ATS is not going to have it as accurately depicted as they would in real life. So like I imagine, you know, where I live at is gonna either not be there, which, you know, again, I wouldn't care, or it's gonna be disproportionate to where it's not actually the accurate distance. But I get the feeling it's gonna be a few years before they actually do add my state into the game because and even if they do add my state into the game, I'm gonna have to buy all the other states that I haven't bought just so that I can get over there and be able to travel. I'd like to see Georgia. I'd like to see my state added. There's quite a few states I'd like to see added for truck traffic. And besides, I haven't willingly given out my address. So yeah, even if they do have my house modeled in the game, they're not going to have the addresses on the houses or anything. So it's not like I'm going to be like, hey guys, this is my address. Come find me. But you know what would be the kicker? Is if I move. Yes, you did. You said it was amazing, so that's at least a good thing. But yeah, I saw another post trash talking it again, and I made a nice little comment. I said, honestly, with as much hate as I've been seeing about it, I wasn't expecting much more. I said, meanwhile, a movie about stupid animatronics that are supposedly, or stupid animatronics is popular. And I said, I said something along the lines like, no matter how much it gets hated or whatever, it'll still keep me on the edge of my seat. I said, I watched the FNAF movie and I was bored all the way through it. I said, I have no doubt I'll be bored through the second one too. And I did watch FNAF, and honestly, it didn't make any sense. Like, because if they were gonna make a FNAF movie, they should have done it based upon you being the night guard and having to deal with that stuff. But instead, they made this whole random character who, like, basically adds nothing to the story, and his sister gets kidnapped and all this crap. Like, what is, whatever. That's how I see it. Just not worth my time. Also, one thing I can say, and I don't know what the miles is, um, hold on, how lengthy was this thing? It doesn't actually tell me how long the trip was, but, um, I like um, how long the gas can last on some of these trucks. Now, I imagine if I ever choose a truck that I want to use, that I want to, constantly use, I will probably find something and probably drain it out of gas with no problem. But as of right now, the trucks do fine. Like, by the time I get done with this job right here, I can almost bet I'll either be at like a quarter of a tank of gas or I'll be close to a half a tank. I hate being made to feel like I'm slow. Yeah, like, I do want to watch the FNAF 2 movie because I am a big FNAF fan. I love all the theories and stuff people come up with. But other than that, like, I don't understand why it keeps getting hyped up so much, honestly. Like, okay, cool, it has these really cool, like, theories and stuff that people come up with. Cool, fine, and dandy. But let's be honest for a second. Like, other than that little feature, is it really worth watching? Not really. I mean, yeah, I like the fact that they're not using AI and all that stuff for their films. I love that. I love the fact that Universal is doing that. But, you know, it's not nothing to hate on someone else if they like it or not. And that's the thing that kind of aggravates me is like you've got these people that are hating on Avatar and then hyping up FNAF like it's like the best thing since, the last popular movie, or the best thing since Zootopia 2. And it's like, personally, Zootopia 2 is better by far. I'm sorry. Nothing's gonna top that for this year, I don't feel like, for me. call me whatever you want to call me. Zootopia 2 was good. I mean, arguably, I would say that it wasn't as good as the first one. A lot of people are saying it was, which I disagree with. No sequel will ever be as good as the first one. But I did enjoy the second one, and I'm looking forward to I gotta get over. There we go. But yeah, I mean, the glaze for the FNAF movies is crazy. And the funny thing is, when Avatar first came out, it was like a CGI wonder. Now people just hate it. They say, quote unquote, the story isn't that good. The story is captivating. I didn't think the second one would be good. I mean, it's not as good as the first one, again, but it was good. I mean, it had its parts where I felt like it could have been better, but I mean, there's a lot of unanswered questions and things that they just kind of slid in there just to add more characters. Like, but, like with, what's her face's daughter, nobody knows how she became pregnant, because in the movie she didn't look pregnant. Her avatar didn't look pregnant. So that was one thing that I thought was weird. The second thing was Spider. In the first movie, he was nowhere to be seen. So, like, there was a lot of open gaps, yeah, but it was still good. It was captivating. It kept me on my seat. It was entertaining to watch. FNAF, I'm over here trying to figure out, like, what's going on, why it's happening, all this crap. And they brought Vanessa in. Vanessa doesn't come in until Security Breach. Because everyone knows Vanessa turns into freaking Vanny. So they went like completely off completely off the rails with the stuff on that. Again, I'm not seeing where I'm not seeing where anybody can say FNAF is going to be better than Avatar. I'm sorry. I don't see it. Well, thank you, dude. It was nice of you. Sir, I'm not spoiling anything. I haven't even watched FNAF 2. You're not wrong. But no, like when I went and watched Zootopia 2, I went in there expecting for it to be boring or for them to do something that would ruin the film, like ship Nick and Judy, or it just to be a bland movie. I went in there and I watched the film, and honestly, I was impressed. And it's like I said, it's like I said too, I think it's Rabbits and Reels. Honestly, if Jared Bush continues to be the director for the Zootopia films, I have no doubt that every single one of them will be good. Honestly, like his stuff is good so far. I mean, to be fair, he apparently was the director of Moana too. That it could have been better, but he learned from it when he made Zootopia 2, and he made it a really good film. Of course, we all know that the shippers are screaming and hollering about how they made it semi-official that Nick and Judy were going to be a couple. Meanwhile, I watched the film, and it was like, dude, the only thing that they confessed was that they genuinely cared about one another. Like, that's the only thing that they confessed. But to the shippers, the little munchkins, to the shippers, that is like the biggest hint towards Nick and Judy getting together. And I guess I can understand why that makes sense. I mean, in order for a ship to happen, they have to care about one another. But what, you as an adult got a movie ticket and watched as an adult? What? Yeah, I didn't watch Oppenheimer. I still have yet to watch Oppenheimer, by the way. That's one film that I haven't touched yet. I haven't watched that. I haven't watched the Avatar movie yet. I haven't watched FNAF 2 yet. I haven't watched a lot of that stuff yet. I don't really think I want to watch FNAF 2 until it comes out on DVD. I think that's what I did with the first FNAF movie, was I waited until it came out on DVD before I watched it. It's just one of those films that, I'm not interested in it enough to pay to go watch it. Kind of the same thing with Avatar, it's an interesting film, way better than FNAF in my opinion. But but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I don't have Peacock. I don't plan on. The only thing that I've ever paid to watch films on is Disney Plus. And the only reason I did that was because I got sick of having to go to the public library in order to order DVDs and stuff in order to watch the films that I wanted to watch. And half the time I would get them and they were so scratched up I couldn't even watch them. So I now have Zootopia at my fingertips, and soon to be Zootopia 2. Honestly, though, like, while Zootopia 2 was good, it'll probably be one of those movies that I'll watch, like, maybe one or two more times, and then I probably won't watch it again. Because every time I'm gonna look at it now, it's gonna be just me thinking about how the shippers are still trying to say that Nick and Judy are such a cute couple, and that, the movie confirms that they're gonna be a couple, even though it has yet, like, I will believe, I'll say this, alright? I will believe that they're gonna make Nick and Judy be a couple when they ask each other if they want to start dating. The moment they do that, I will agree they are a couple. But until then, shut up about it. And it's like I said on a video that I watched. I don't mind people making like fan art and stuff like that, fan comics and stuff of Nick and Judy being a couple because, it's fan stuff. They have a right to make their own stuff. And a lot of people I've noticed make a lot of fan art that does ship Nick and Judy. And that's fine. That's dandy with me. And I've said it numerous times. That is where it should stay, in the fan art. Because the fans, and this is coming from a guy that does not ship Nick and Judy at all. I believe they work better as friends. I watched the Return to Zootopia movie, fan made film. It was awesome. And I said, if they're gonna make a Zootopia 2, they should do it off of this guy's thing because the story was great. Was really, really good. But I don't know. But you know what's funny? Has anyone noticed how the movies that always get like the most hype are always movies with like anthropomorphic characters or just animals that talk? I mean, look at the Last Robot or whatever it was called. The Wild Robot, that's what it was. That movie got hyped up just because the Fox character that was in it. Then you got then you've got Zootopia got hyped up like crazy because of Nick, of course. Everybody glazes Nick. I don't care. I prefer Judy personally because of the fact I love her personality over Nick's. That's just my opinion. But again, Nick gets glazed like crazy. I've even seen people that like cool. I've even seen people like the two wolf characters that have like maybe a minute of screen time. I think people like those two characters, which they were funny. I thought they were funny. People glazed the crap out of Mr. Wolf and Diane Foxington off of the Bad Guys movie, and they hyped it up for them two to be a couple. But this is one of the things that got me with the Wild Hop shippers. They were saying the words, well, if Diane and Mr. Wolf got together, then we gotta have Nick and Judy get together too. But the difference here is Zootopia did not hint at Nick and Judy being a couple. No matter what people say, I hate to be mean, it did not hint at it. People say the words, quote unquote, they added that line at the back, or they added that line between Nick and Judy at the end so that the fans' imaginations could run wild or whatever. I disagree. I don't think that's why they added that line. It was a line that was meant to kind of give us an idea that we were going to have another film. And I kind of figured we would eventually, but I was surprised it took them as long as it did. But yeah, I don't think anybody really understands that was not the purpose of that, which I think is funny. But but yeah, they're everybody's saying that, oh, they put that line in there because they were hinting at Nick and Judy, or they were gonna let. And a lot of people say that the whole reason they put that line in there was so that the fans could basically decide what would happen with Nick and Judy next. And apparently a good portion of people were saying, now, one person said that there wasn't that many people at first that were shipping Nick and Judy. But with the second film, people are apparently starting to go over to the shipping. I believe that's false. I don't think anything changed. I think there's just the same amount of people that say no to it as there were when or before the second movie came out. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. Again, I don't care for it. But I'm also, if they do it right, I'm not completely against it. It's unnatural. I don't like the idea of it because we need a really good film that focuses on two best friends rather than two best friends falling in love. My God, you want two best friends falling in love all the time? Go watch Hallmark. That is exactly what that is. Every freaking Hallmark movie is the same thing. Two friends, or, well, not every single one of them, but pretty much a good bit of them are the same. But either way, still, that aggravates the crap out of me. So that's kind of aggravating, always hearing people talk about that. But yeah, I still have yet to understand why people were saying that, Zootopia 2 confirms that Nick and Judy are going to be a couple. Because, a lot of people were saying, all right, and I will list off the things that these people were saying. People were saying, the boat, the I think it was a sea lion or whatever he was, mistaking them as a couple was a hint. The honeymoon lodge was a hint. The the moment where they confessed their feelings for one another was a hint. The Nick saying he loved her was a hint. There was a guy that made like 10 different um like that listed like 10 different random things. Another one that he hinted at, said that it was a hint, was I think Judy's grandparents saying something about her making grandchildren or whatever. And it's like, that's like every grandparent ever. So, like, that one's void completely. Like, I don't know one grandparent that doesn't look at their grandchild and be like, I want grandbabies or great grandbabies. It's like every freaking grandparent ever, with the exception of mine, but, whatever. Yeah, I just feel like the shippers just try way too hard to find evidence of something that I feel like that they don't see happening. I mean, I'll say this, all right? I think it's a possibility that they could hook Nick and Judy up. I think if they did it in 4 or 5 different movies, I would be more liable or more accepting of it. But as of right now, there is nothing more going on between those two other than the feelings of love for a friendship. And as Rainbow Strike put it, and I actually posted this on my YouTube channel, even he said that he read the books, and I'm assuming he's not talking about the children's books. The adaptation in there even says that Nick is talking about, when he's talking about, Judy and all, he's talking about um how he feels about their friendship. He's not talking about anything else. I don't know how true that is. I really don't care, honestly, at this point. The point is that I'm trying to make is there are too many people out there trying way too hard to ship those two. But anyway, I'm assuming, and I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to listen to me rant for the rest of my life about this. So, yeah. when I get going, I can't shut up, and I know that pisses people off. That's why people stop watching. But yeah, I'm excited for I am genuinely excited for Avatar, the new Avatar movie. I'm curious as to how good it's going to be. I'm very curious as to how good it's going to be. Um, Now, quick travel, and we'll go to the Zig. A lot of places on. All right, let's see. Been to those two places. Been there. So now we go over here. The Euro goodies. Such a weird looking truck. Dear Lord, this thing just whips itself out, doesn't it? I do appreciate the fact that the windows and the mirrors are right where they're at. I like that. That's very nice. I know you guys don't like it when I rant, so I do apologize for ranting so much. It really does aggravate me, and it does help a little bit for me to just have a moment to just kind of let it all out how I feel about it. But yeah, honestly, like I'm curious as to what we're gonna see next year because this year's had a good few decent movies. I'm a little afraid, I won't lie, I'm a little afraid that since we've gotten good movies this year, like we have, I'm afraid that next year's gonna feel lackluster. But that is just me though, so I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, huh? My thing to the thing again, where it's not showing the comments. Nope. It's still here. I'm just guessing that nobody's watching, which is great. Makes me feel wonderful. Makes me feel like I drove people off. What it makes me feel like. Ow, I hit a corner. Whoopsies. Alright, let's see what kind of jobs we can get here with this little rinky-dink little thing. Dear Lord, they got plenty of trailers, I'll tell you that. And none of them have anything. Kind of want to haul a fuel trailer, honestly. That honestly sounds cool. I haven't messed with one yet. That's why I'm saying that. Yeah, it looks like a lot of these are just enclosed that are going different places. Ooh, there we go. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Where's that going? I haven't been down there. Hmm. Where's this one going? I have been there, I believe. All right. Well, hold on a minute. Yeah, I've only. Yeah, we'll go this one. All right. Let's see what we can do. Let's do the refrigerated one. We'll do the refrigerated double. And that should bump it up. No, it does not. All right. Well, what? Mm, Let's do this one. We'll do a different type of trailer because I've been doing a lot of those trailers like that as of recent. So where is that trailer at? Oh, there you are. You're hiding from me. Is there anyone here except for me? Or did everybody just take off and leave? I guess that answers my question. How long have I been streaming this now? Let me look. Because I can't do it the normal way. I gotta do it this way. Only 51 minutes. Dear God. Why does it always feel like I've been playing this game for so long? Even though I haven't. I guess it's because of the loads. Alright, well. The loads feel like they're a long distance, but they're really not. Alright, well. How much of the route have I actually went through before? Okay, so I haven't went through this portion. Actually, I haven't went through any of this. Look at that. I'm gonna unlock a new place to go. Shoot, I'm taking a whole new route over here. Yeah, look at that. Well, actually, I think I just delivered over here somewhere. I think. Don't quote me. But that's cool. Interesting. All right. Well, Dusseldorf. Totally not a reference to Dumbledore, is it? I love how, like, massive-ish these trucks look. Also, coincidentally, that's a Volvo. And I'm in a Volvo. Alright, I gotta get over, so... You know, if Chris was here, I'd ask him how he felt about the movie Chronicles of Narnia, but, he's not here, so I can't ask him. Nobody's here. Everybody abandoned me. Whoops. I love the suspension, though. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it here with the Euro Truck Simulator. I'm just, I think I've lost my want to play it for tonight because, well, I had viewers, now I don't.